The Alldus podcast is brought to you by Alldus International, supplying your expert AI and digital transformation staffing needs across the US and Europe. Today, you are listening to our AI in Action series, where leading minds in AI from across the world share their story, success, and advice. AI in Action cuts through the hype and explores the true impact of artificial intelligence in our world today.
You're listening to AI in Action. I'm your host, JP Valentine. Our guest today is Hauke Feddersen. Hauke is the VP of Operations at PrecitTaste. Hauke, welcome to the show.
It's a pleasure to be here.
So, Hauke, let's start with yourself, please. Could you give us a bit of an overview of your background in technology, particularly from where you got started, some of the roles you've held along the way, and take us up to today as the VP of Operations for PrecitTaste?
I think that my role is one of the most exciting jobs that you can have in the overlap of two industries, that is artificial intelligence and the food service industry. So how food is prepared in grocery, as well as how food is prepared in fast casual and fast food restaurants. I started my career being a programmer for 6 years and then worked in a larger scale industrial production plant where production management was something very common. We had very expensive and good software for that could predict what we would need to produce during the next 4 to 8 weeks. That forecast was used to base everything from raw materials, HR, from the sales initiatives, etc. on, and just were able to manage this company, which was a chocolate factory, with a lot of data. And then I met an old friend again with whom I had an e-commerce business in the early 2000s. And he was talking to me about this sensational vision AI business to transform the food service industry. And the more and more we talked about it, the more I realized that a lot of the aspects that I've seen in my previous life were missing from the food service industry. Mainly the fact that it's very difficult to produce it efficiently in a fast food environment with changing demand patterns, with customers coming in at any point of time unannounced, with other orders, large orders, catering orders coming in announced, etc. And so together the idea was born to refocus the successful business of PrecitTaste in the grocery space onto the full kitchen of the fast casual and fast food restaurants. For that, I had another exciting challenge and that meant moving to the United States, because coming from Germany, where a lot of our development is for the company is still located, the global headquarters for successful food chains, whether it be fast casuals or fast food, is here in the United States. So 4 years ago, me and my family relocated to New York City and haven't regretted it since.
Hauke, thank you for that background. It really helps explain your journey and leads nicely into my next question, which is, tell us all about PrecitTaste, who you are, what you do, mission of the business, and help us understand the crossover of, as you said, AI within the food service industry.
The basis for this company can be explained as simple as no one apple is like the next apple. Everything in the food service industry, everything food related, is somewhat heterogeneous. It's never exactly the same. So in order to manage complexity and to manage objects that might look different every time, if I make a lasagna, it's certainly going to look different than you making a lasagna. Artificial intelligence is a great, if not the only tool that can be utilized to differentiate objects from one another and digitalize information, feed them to a brain, and base decisions on data, base decisions on visual inputs. What do I mean by that? Let's start with one of my most favorite applications that PrecitTaste is serving, the QSR industry, quick service restaurant, QSR. It's not the food that is fast, it's the service that is fast, is the what to when application. We are working for 4 of the 6 largest QSR chains on the planet, and our product identifies demand or senses demand. That can be either we count cars in the drive-through and we count people waiting to order, or it can be as simple as just visualizing the depletion of inventory and seeing how fast we're actually selling right now to predict the demand pattern of the next 10, 15, 20 minutes. Usually it's the whole time periods for the food items. So when we know exactly how much we will sell in the next 20, 30 minutes of a certain ingredient, we need to know how much we have. For that, we have Vision AI sensors that, usually security cameras, that look at food ingredients and understand how much inventory is available in real time or in near real time. A few milliseconds are used. And then we combine the two and we have the perfect production planning that is absolutely live. It's telling the crew what they should do to service the demand of the next 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. The best part about that is our cycles, our prediction cycles are so very short. Other companies that predict marketing campaigns with AI need to wait half a year or a year for all of the results to come in. Our system is predicting what will hit the POS system, the point of sale system, in the next 5 to 10 minutes. And our reinforcement learning agent is immediately rewarded in case he predicted correctly or in case he predicted incorrectly.
So that's fascinating, and it's quite a jump in the realm of managing supply chain or for this fast-moving consumer good industry. The next follow-up question is how. I know you've touched on it briefly, but give us a look behind the scenes. What's at play from an AI perspective, and then talk us through the overall makeup of the AI and data team, because this is, in terms of impact for your industry, this is really on the bleeding edge. So how has PrecitTaste got its product to this point, and what's the overall AI and technology team look like?
The journey of PrecitTaste started 10 years ago. In 2012, the company was founded. That was 3 years prior to TensorFlow. There were no cloud platforms available on which to do Vision AI on. So the company set out, was a team of graduate students, and the company in the machine learning space set out to develop an own platform that we now call the AIOS to run AI agents in. So most of our pipeline, our model building pipeline, is actually proprietary. We can integrate the newest frameworks that are available. So the deep tech approach was rooted in necessity. There just was no cloud we could have utilized. The next part, how it works, is my favorite part. Just last week, I was standing next to the CEO of Intel on the Intel Innovation keynote speech in San Jose. And we were able to present the solution that we have in place for our valued customer, Chipotle, where we use 3D cameras mounted to the ceiling above the make lines. For those of you that have never been in a Chipotle, go there immediately. It's great food. And they have a make line out front where they prepare a burrito or a taco or a bowl directly for you. And our AI agent senses every single scoop that is taken. We know exactly how fast the inventory is depleting by utilizing those 3D sensing cameras. The first model step is find the edges of each pan. The second one is classify what is in this dynamic region of interest. And the third one is then to quantify how much of the ingredient is available. To make it a bit more interesting, there's 2 make lines, one in the front and one in the back, and then you have to balance it out in order to get the perfect cooking recommendations. This system is in use by Chipotle because it saves them from manual estimations and from all the ambiguity. It's a data-based system predicting exactly when they will run out of food so they can replenish it. The crew is asked to cook, which for chicken, for example, takes 20 minutes for the fresh chicken to be cooked and cut and then be brought to the make line. And our system has proven to be far more accurate at hindering them from having stock outs, and it does serve even fresher food. It recommends the crew to replenish the food to always have the freshest food available for the customers.
Amazing. And I would encourage people to go on to PrecitTaste's website and also LinkedIn, as there's a video demo of this in action. And I believe, Hauke, it's yourself giving the demo at the Intel conference. So very impressive stuff indeed.
You are listening to the Alldus podcast. When you're looking to scale your team, or if you are interested in showcasing your company in a future episode, reach out today. Or if you're in the market for a new role, visit our website to view open positions, www.alldus.com.
Thinking about future use case applications for this technology, where else do you see potential for PrecitTaste, looking at various use cases for the platform?
I see Vision AI truly as a platform technology. Once you get into the motion of digitalizing everything in the kitchen, you're in the process of building a digital twin. Your processes are now running in the computer as well as your crew is doing them. So there's multiple points at which we can interact in order to just drive the customer experience as well as the crew experience. The crew experience these days is so very important because in the current labor scenario, the labor crisis that we're in, employees must offer a good working environment in which every team member, every crew member can succeed. And our technology is helping a very stressed crew. And believe you me, I spend a good part of my time in restaurants. It is very stressful there. It is fast, it is high paced, and a lot of things are happening at the same time. So how can we keep supporting crews? How can we help them deliver the best customer experience in the future? And there, we're already working on order accuracy verification, making sure that every order is correct, independent of how stressed the crew is right now. Or digital checkout system, cashierless checkout systems. Why does an employee need to touch a POS system if our system senses what they put into a bowl, what they put onto a sandwich, and what they put into a bag? So being able to just help these crews get more out of each day, being able to serve more customers and create happier customers, that's where we see our future. And I mentioned in the beginning that we're serving 4 of the 6 largest QSR chains. Our vision is to make this technology available for every food entrepreneur. We want our systems to be available even if you just have 1 or 2 locations and are about to grow your business, and not if you are already of a global size.
With that sustained growth that you're targeting for PrecitTaste, there will obviously be a need to continue to grow and develop your AI and technology team behind the scenes. Over the next 12 to 24 months, what sort of opportunities do you see for people currently working in AI who are interested in this type of technology to potentially come and join PrecitTaste and help you along this journey? What positions will be available? And part 2 of that is, what is it that you look for when speaking to candidates to potentially bring them on board?
Good question. We've just crossed 100 engineers working in our development teams, an important milestone for the business as we see the demand just scaling up. And I still, to this day, get to talk with every employee. Just unfortunately, in the beginning, it was before we hired them, I could be in every interview, and now it's getting less and less, but I try to speak with everybody, and consensus is why they joined us. And you know this industry better than I do. Every employee that we have has other options as well. Why did they come to us is always the most important question for me. And I love the answer of, this is AI in action. This is not a research topic. This is not some vision of the future. Let's see where this leads us track. We have Vision AI in over 1,000 doors. Our technology is being used to help our customers, crews in restaurants and grocery stores, and preparing food each day. And we would welcome everybody who wants to be a part of that journey. The skill sets that we require are to see not only where AI is right now, but where it will go in the future. That is, how can we make AI systems configurable and not customizable? Meaning it has to be so simple to set up a new set of restaurants. Then the customer needs to be helped with the labeling process to identify food items and to enter the processes so that we can fulfill our vision of really helping restaurants of every size with this technology. Our headquarters is officially in New York City, but our development headquarters, where most of the development is happening, is in Munich, Europe. We also have an office in Mumbai in India. But in the current environment, we are looking for talent wherever talent is and not necessarily where we are. So we offer fully remote positions in the fields of vision AI inference, in system administration, very important. Everything that happens on the edge needs to be entirely reliable. And we do not have 19-inch racks in our customer locations. So we have to make standard edge devices as reliable as data centers that utilize full server infrastructure. So we have a lot of space in the software, as well as the AI, as well as the Linux administration pieces.
Hauke, thank you so much for coming on today and talking to us. This has been fascinating. What PrecitTaste are doing, it really is revolutionary, game-changing in many respects to the industry that you're supporting, helping with supply chain efficiency. And the sooner the better we can see this technology across all fast food and food producing outlets. We wish you, the team, and everyone at PrecitTaste the best of luck in the months and years to come. And we look forward to seeing what you guys can accomplish. Thank you so much.
Thank you, JP.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Alldus podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. We are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and any Android podcast of choice. You can also head over to our website, www.alldus.com, to listen to more podcasts, view our open roles, and stay up to date with industry news. Thanks for listening, and stay tuned for more great episodes coming very soon.